What's going on, Bellflower? Gwen, the recovering witcher, also known as Jen. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. And I just finished, I did a lot more things after that other video, but I was kind of going around the room, kind of getting back into my ritual routines, coming up here and doing videos again. And if you watched earlier videos, I do work with Fortuna, but the Morrigan is my matron. And quite honestly, I'm being honest here, I haven't really been doing my devotionals. I don't know what it is, but I had been sick. I was doing really good when I got back from California, but I'm starting to notice like I need to get back in the routine for some reason. And I do want to let you know, I have talked to other witches or heard from other witches. Sometimes that does happen, but I was about to go and do some rituals with Fortuna, and then it clicked again that before I actually go and do the working, I'm paying respect with my matron, my mother, because she does allow me to work with Fortuna. They both work hand in hand. From my experience, again, it could be completely different for anybody else, but I do feel like in my practice, from what I've learned, they both go hand in hand for me. So I wanted to show you guys today how I dress my candle, and this is going to be specifically for the Morrigan. I have a few set up, but they're for different facets and they're already set and ready to go, but I did want to do one for unison for the three sisters. Plus, if you look at Faye and also Nevin as part of the Morrigan, which I do, that's all inclusive for them. But as far as Celtic culture, they refer to the Morrigan or An Morrigan as the three sisters, which is Babgata, Anu or Danu, and you have Macha as well. So they refer to them as the three, making them one whole unit. So I'm getting this candle prepared. I wanted to show you guys because sometimes beginning out, we don't know if we're doing it right or wrong. So I wanted to show you one way, because there's many ways, how I prepare a candle before I put it on my altar. I like working with 7-day candles. I will be having videos up as far as candle magic when it comes up. But I love using 7-day candles. You can find these at the dollar store. I remember specifically when my mom used to buy the chime candles a little bit bigger. She would always say, make sure that the wick in the middle is there for a good product. So if you ever see me in the store and I'm looking like this, it's because I'm looking to make sure that it's straight. So then the other thing I have is a knife, or I look at it as is a very sacred tool for me. It was my dad's pocket knife. He passed away in 2007. So I actually use this for carvings, or use it as a theme or athame if I'm doing any ritual work. But I do take this, I'm like, I'm gonna cut you. But I do like using this. It feels like he kind of adds an element to my work. I know maybe it kind of feels like it goes on an ancestor's altar, but I like using it because he was a very powerful being to me, and I kind of feel like he gives that little umph himself too when I go into spell work, since he's no longer here on this plane. So he's doing a lot of work wherever he is, and he helps me and my family out. The next thing I have is Florida water, which I need to go get some more, but I love using Florida water. It helps kind of clear away any of the other energies. I like using it to anoint my hands, anoint my third eye, my crown, or anywhere else on my body, just to sweep away the negativity. And I like to use it to cleanse my candles. So if you see me or you book me for a reading or you come in, I'm always going to have this on the table, just to clear out for the space until somebody else comes in for a reading and just start refreshed. The other thing that I have is patchouli, the Morrigan herbs associated. I know she loves patchouli. It's part of the attachment with her. And then also there is rosemary, so that's what I'm using. Actually, I'm not using rosemary because it's downstairs. I can use rosemary. I got a big ass bag right here. Okay, so, and I like to do things in threes. Hibiscus, because red. Red is one of her colors. And then I also have my lovely friend Anne, who's a high priestess of the Morrigan. She has Morrigu's Nest on Etsy. Y'all, I purchase a lot of oils from other creators. I swear by Anne, and I will, like I have promised before, I am gonna put kind of like a dedication video for people that I've purchased from. They've really harnessed into their craft. But I love Anne. She's a very sweet person, very supportive, very helpful, and she does so awesome with her oils. But she has oils for different facets of the Morrigan. I don't know if you can see this, but she made me a big bottle. This one is Pale Morrigan, and so I'm going to use this oil to anoint my candle. The first thing that I do is I get my Florida water, and I'm going to anoint and clean my hands. And I clap 3 times, and so sometimes I'll kind of go like this. And like I said, you place it on the 3rd eye or in the crown. And then the next thing, I still pour some more, and I'm getting the energies off this candle from the store. So I am going counterclockwise, pulling out, starting from the middle and going like this, okay, and just wiping away. Okay, all right. So I'm not done with that yet, but I do take my knife and I do still have some Florida water on my hands, so it's still kind of anointing the knife. Just be careful. And I'm going to carve in here. So I have seen a lot of memes. As much as the candles are pretty, and I have done it too, I'm still gonna do it. A lot of people add a lot of stuff on top, and yes, I agree. More stuff that you add on, it's really a fire hazard. But I'm kind of a pyromaniac. I do like some fire. I like to play with the fire. But yeah, anyway, back to business. So always be careful when you're adding herbs on top because they do catch fire, and yeah, but I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. So, okay. 3, 4. Okay, and I can toss this out in a minute. Okay, so I go like this to get the excess wax off, and I'm gonna put this here to the side for now. But I indented 3, or actually 4 holes. Again, it's up to you how many you want. I just like kind of going north, south, east, west, and yeah. So that way, when I'm adding the oils, they seep in down to the bottom. Sometimes people do them a little bit deeper, and I can do that, and it's actually moving the candle. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. That's what I'm feeling right now. I have put the Florida water in here, and again, it's to take away any of the energies that have been lingering on. Don't put too much because again, Florida water is alcohol and it'll just go. So yeah. Unless you're trying to do something with money, I did read as far as back in old practices with hoodoo, people actually used to get a bowl and put the Florida water in, and they would kind of like put their hands over the fire to ensure that they are getting money in. So now I am actually going to get my oil, and I'm going to put a few drops in here. excess that I have on my hands and my thumb for keeping it closed, I rub it into my hands because the intention is I am making this candle in dedication and honoring and calling in my mother. Typically I leave the 70 candles burning, but again, if you're the type that doesn't want to leave an unattended flame because of fire safety, again, I completely understand. I'm home most of the time, so I can always kind of leave and then come back and check. But when we're making the candle, we're thinking of that specific deity, matron, entity, whoever we're calling on. And so these oils helps you to connect. And so we're using it on the candle, and so when you breathe it in, it gets you more channeled and connected with that source. And so I have the oil in here, and I'm going to bring it in clockwise. Okay. So that way, any of the oil that drips in, it goes in those corners, but I'm going to add some more. I am dressing my candle. I'm going to put some in this back. So I just said a little chant for myself and thanking the properties of patchouli. Again, it's for my mother. She likes that scent. So I just stuck that in there for the holes as well. Okay. Then I can do the same thing with the rosemary. A big bag. Okay. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but I've noticed like a shortage as far as, not that there's a shortage in, actually, yeah, some of my grocery stores haven't had rosemary, and the dollar store doesn't even have rosemary anymore. What's up with that? Dollar Tree, get it together. Okay. Then what was the other one? Hibiscus. Okay. And hibiscus, again, I picked it because it's dark in color. I associate red and black with my mother, and then this is actually perfect because it's almost like a burgundy color, and hibiscus is good for love, so I'm just telling her that I love her. And thank you, hibiscus. Thank you, rosemary. And like I said, rosemary, I am going to have a little video coming out for that, and probably some other videos out, but I'm working on another project in regards to herbs. So rosemary is the have for witches. Rosemary, if you plant it in the front and in the back of your house, that does help for warding, does help with protection, it helps for healing, it helps for abundance, it helps with prosperity, it helps with anti-hexing, and many other buttloads of things. Rosemary is awesome. That is definitely the herb I would say #1 to have in your arsenal. And it is a good replacement if you're doing clearing, for cleansing your home. You can get a bundle of rosemary, or again, get the loose leaf, get a charcoal, and smudge your house with the rosemary. So here is my candle that is dressed, and I have a Sharpie. So what I do is I write Hail Morrigan. And you can write, put on any sigils or symbols. So I'm bringing her in, so I put in the pentagram, and I also put triskelion or triskele. Can't remember the appropriate term, but that helps with symbolism for her and calling her in. I have written petitions on the back, and I think that's what I'm going to do today. Sometimes numbered correspondences I will do. I associate the Morrigan with 9 because she has 9 braids in her hair in one of the stories. So That's what I do. And then when I close things out, a lot of people say amen, so mote it be. I always say may it be 9 times eternal. I've heard, I didn't make this up or come up with it, but the retreat I had with Stephanie Woodfield, because she is a high priestess of the Morrigan, at the end of it, at the closing, it's may it be 9 times eternal. And I really liked that because I do resonate with the number 9. So yeah, so I've been using that. So again, you do the things that you connect with and what's personal to you, and the things that you learn as far as when you're doing candle magic or invocation or evocation for calling in spirits or deities. You use that information that you know to connect and resonate with them and feeling that presence and energy. And I would say, if you guys wanted to, I have done that before. If you want to carve a pentagram or any other symbol in the wax, you totally can. But this is how I like doing my candle works. And I'm going to write a little petition and say a little prayer. My candle is ready to go. The only other thing I would say, if you're writing on the glass for this, be careful with a Sharpie. Let it dry because you may smudge the glass. But really, guys, that's about it. I don't really have, there is an intention to this candle, but it's not something that's very intricate. The whole time that I am putting this candle together, I'm doing something that is in gratitude and respect for my matron, and I'm consciously using the things that I know that she would like, or what she would love, or what she would appreciate. Again, she wouldn't tell me either way, but I do that in a very present way and knowing why I'm using it. But for this candle in specific, my intention when I'm making this working, I'm giving her a gift because it's love. So any candle that you're doing, you're still setting the intention, you're putting that energy into it. And so I've seen a lot of people when they are done, I have taken one class, but I've seen somebody breathe life into the candle before they light it. So that's adding their essence, that's adding in a work, and that's saying a prayer. But again, for this, I'm doing something that's a little informal. I most likely will show you guys putting another candle together for a spell or a petition and make it a little more formal for you guys with a chant or a ritual and post that for you. But with this, I'm just gonna sit, say a little prayer, and light the candle. Alright guys, so that is a wrap for this video. I forgot to mention in the beginning, it would be really much appreciated if you hit the thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell for new videos that are uploaded, and share, because sharing is caring. Alright, but anyways guys, take care and thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. And remember, work with your light and your shadow.